the races.
That's it.
We are live at Gale Street Inn on the northwest side, Jefferson Park. That right there is Anya, I Ya Toyah, industrial one-woman artist powerhouse. We are ready to dive into a box of meat and delights from the iconic Chicago location, Gale Street Inn. I'm going to read a sponsor, as I always do. That's your cue to go online and share this with your friends.
Yes.
Okay. Kirkland Carney this week is sponsored by C&H Financial Services. Business owners, are you tired of your... Is that me?
Sorry.
That is me. Business owners, are you tired of your hard-earned profits going toward paying expensive fees every time your customer pays with a credit or debit card? We're happy to announce our partners at C&H Financial Services have the solution. C&H is the fastest-growing financial services company in Illinois, as recognized by Inc. magazine. And their patented technology allows you to eliminate 100% of the fees associated with accepting credit and debit cards as a form of payment. That's right. I Ya Toyah. 100% of the fees. C&H will also upgrade your business to the industry's leading point-of-sale system to streamline every aspect of your business for no cost. No cost. Visit freeprocessingnow.com or call 855-600-2437, extension 999, and start saving money today. I want to thank our friends at Gale Street Inn. When I say iconic Chicago location, this really is. This place looks untouched by time. I was telling Robin at Gale Street, I haven't been here for a couple of years. Nothing has changed. There's something really warm and wonderful about the fact that you can always count on this place being there the way you remember it. I love it there. They have a ukulele guy playing tonight. Do you play ukulele?
I probably can. I forgot. But I can quickly remind myself how to play it. And off I go. Next time you see me.
Next time I see you. Now, to be clear, I Ya Toyah is an industrial act, not a traditional ukulele band. We're going to talk about your music. We're going to talk about everything associated with you, but we're going to do it as we eat stuff from Gale Street Inn. I'm not even sure how we're going to do this. We've got this lovely to-go box.
It's huge.
Uh-huh.
It's heavy.
It is heavy. And so we got the, what was it? I forgot what it was, like chicken tomatillo soup?
Yes.
Like a spicy soup?
How does this go?
You got it.
Spicy soup, hopefully spicy, yes, but okay.
We got crab cakes.
Smells so good.
It smells so good.
Oh mine.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, this is crazy. Look at that.
I don't know how to hold this up to the camera. We're gonna have to hold it up bit by bit.
Piece by piece, right?
These are French fries.
Those are the soups. Look at this.
All right. Oh, and it's nice. The green tomatillo soup.
And then there are
and the crab cakes. Let's start with the soup. Here, I guess we'll relocate the crab cakes, which look amazing. My window's already fogging up. And then, as is custom, when you go to Gale Street, feel how hot this is.
Yeah, it is very hot.
Ribs.
Smells good.
This is something. I think if you're vegetarian and you come to Gale Street Inn, you still have to order ribs. That's just kind of the rule.
That's sort of a thing.
It's in foil. We'll unwrap these.
I always tell my friends I would be vegetarian because I love animals and just vegetarian diet is amazing. But there are two things that I cannot resist. One of them is chicken wings on the bone.
Chicken wings.
Yeah. And one of them is ribs.
Ribs. All right, so we're in good hands with Gale Street Inn tonight. And in fact, Lorenzo, who works here at Gale Street, he's going to be jumping in the back seat at some point. I don't even know when, but I have a microphone ready for him.
Lorenzo is a badass. He already introduced himself to us.
So Lorenzo, the guy behind the bar, when we walk in, he starts talking to Anya about her music. I love Puppet. That's great.
Like he starts dancing behind the bar.
He's totally into your music, which is amazing.
Awesome. I love him already.
Let's start at ground zero with I Ya Toyah. What does it mean?
I Ya Toyah, when spoken out loud, in Polish, it means...
Talk right on the mic.
In Polish, when spoken out loud, I Ya Toyah means it's just me.
Which it truly is. It is
just
you.
It is just me. It is just me. And yes, I brand myself as one-woman army. And that fits perfectly. And funny thing is that my nickname has always been Toyah. So it is sort of incorporating this tradition from my life, that story of my life since I was a child. And I Ya Toyah is just making that wholesomeness, of what my life is about.
Makes sense. What people can't hear on the podcast, what they can't truly see. Well, they can't
Yeah.
smell. This soup.
Everybody who is into apps and development and doing something new, breaking the market, now is opportunity for you. Make things smell online. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
allow the smell to go through so people can fully know what's going on. Because
This tomatillo soup.
oh my god,
I see. I'm a sucker for stuff like this. I really am. This is really good.
it's so good.
This could be a meal in and of itself. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd be fine with this.
Those tomatillos,
Mhm.
it makes it thick, right? Yummy.
Sure.
Thank you, Gale.
We'll see what Lorenzo says. But oh, this is so good. All right, so I Ya Toyah, you were by yourself, and that's the thing I think that surprised me most as I came to learn more about you. I mean, you're just out there solo.
Yeah.
Like you don't have a safety net.
I don't have safety. No.
You're out there with your electronics and your voice and
Yeah. And if things go down, they go down, and I'm the only one responsible, which happened to me one time
What happened?
In Omaha. It wasn't really on my end. It was just the energy circuit that went down. It was very hot night. It was like probably 120 degrees at the venue. No AC.
and you're
super
dressed
hot.
in full goth leather.
I mean, I show some skin here and there. However I feel, on the particular day. But it was definitely very hot overly. And on the first song, I remember, boom. And there was a nice crowd going on, too.
Mhm.
So everyone started doing, ooh. And it's dark and it's silent. Except that, ooh. What do you do?
Well, what do you do?
Well, I just crank things back up. And I'm like, let's go. And I start all over from that third song.
See, and that's just it. That's Showbiz 101. If things break bad, if things don't go according to plan, people will remember that less than they will the recovery, what happens next.
That's, I think, life, right?
Yeah, if you don't
Yeah.
dwell on the stuff breaking bad and you're able to kind of propel things forward, that's a win.
Yeah. I think in life in general, your attitude is everything. So, how you deal with falling, how you deal with those, temporary slowdowns, or when you trip over something and you just cannot move on. Do you stay in that point and cry and feel bad about yourself, or do you try to find a way around it and keep going, right?
I'm really torn right now. As much as I want to talk about I Ya Toyah, I just want to talk about this soup.
Do it. Yeah.
It's
It's
I
so
want
good,
to talk
right?
about, it is so good. When I first started coming to know you, when I first started playing you on my radio show, Demo 312 on WKQX, I associated your music with mental health. Because I don't know whether it was the first email I got from you or some correspondence, but you equated a lot of your mission to mental health awareness.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, it's huge for me. It has been and it will always be. So every time I release music, it's gonna, aid mental health, just because it's so important to me. And the album, the Code Blue album, it came from mental health, kind of like a thought, an idea, due to, I spoke about it out loud. My mom's suicide, and I dedicated this album to her. And every single song, more or less, talks about, that struggle, that, mental health, even Puppet, which you would never think talks about mental health. It does. It talks about, the power issues and so on and so on. Yeah, I think we have a guest.
We do.
Yay.
Come on in, Lorenzo.
Hello.
Here.
It's so good.
Are we calling you Larry or Lorenzo?
Lorenzo, either way, I answer to both.
All right, I want you to talk directly on mic. And welcome to the backseat of my car.
Lorenzo.
Thank you. Welcome to be here.
And in fact, why don't we get you scooting over a little bit toward the center so people can see your handsome mug.
Now that we have Lorenzo, please give us the recipe, the secret recipe for the soup. It's
Dude,
so
I
good.
can't
Chicken tomatillo?
I can't get
Yes.
past
That
the
is a
soup.
staple on our menu.
Oh
It's
my
been on our
God.
menu for years. That's always made fresh daily, and it's a great soup.
It really, this could be a meal.
It really could be. A lot of people come in just for the soup,
Yeah.
Now,
Now I will.
for sure.
no, we're gonna
Anya, we'd love to have you in just for the soup.
Well,
we're gonna get back to Anya and I Ya Toyah, but now that Lorenzo's in the backseat, you've been with Gale Street Inn for 30 years.
30 years, yeah.
See, this is what I was saying when we first started recording. There's something so comforting and so familiar when you walk into Gale Street Inn. It's unchanged by time, and part of that being unchanged by time is you've been there all along. Every time you walk in there, you're there.
Right. One of
You're
the first
fixture.
faces you see when you walk in the door.
Tell me, what is it about Gale Street Inn? What brings people back over and over? What
Well,
brings
the
families?
food is consistently great. George makes sure it is. Make sure always, and it's the same. You know you're going to get the same meal when you come in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's always great. What did you guys order tonight? I don't even know what you ordered.
Crab cakes, because I thought that would be easy to eat in the car.
Right, it is. Those
And-
are fresh too. Lump crab.
And who goes to Gale Street Inn and doesn't order these?
You got to have ribs.
Talk to me
The
about the
backbone
ribs.
of the business.
Talk to me about the ribs.
The ribs are the backbone of the business. That's what a lot of people, I'd say 70% of the people that come into Gale Street Inn eat the ribs. Monday night's a great night to come into because we have 20% off on ribs, full rack, and all the rib specials are 20% off.
Tell me about, what can you tell me about preparation? How are they made?
Preparation, you know, there's a lot of that goes into it that the chef won't tell me. As far as that goes, you'd be better off asking him.
Okay.
There's a lot of secrets in there.
Uh-huh.
The sauce and all,
Yeah.
and the way they fall off the bone is what the Gale Street ribs are known for.
Absolutely.
They fall off the bone, and that's what's really good about it.
As consistent as you are and as consistent as Gale Street Inn is, tell me about the clients. You see the same people over and over, don't you?
You know what? Nowadays we're getting more newer faces in. A lot of the older clientele doesn't come out as often as they used to. Myself being one of them. You know, we just get older. We get set in our ways. We don't go out as much anymore.
That's fair.
But we are, in this area, we're getting a lot of young, new faces in
That's what I was
that are
gonna
experiencing it for the first time. Mm-hmm. And I think it's wonderful to see new people that come into the neighborhood and they're amazed at how good the quality of food is. The portions are great. The prices are great. We have specials on Monday nights. We have a big Valentine's Day party coming up on Valentine's Day.
Nothing says romance like a big rack of ribs.
Or a steak.
Yeah.
Or the chops. The Vesuvio pork chop is amazing too. You have to come back in and dine in with us next time.
Absolutely. Actually, you know what, Lorenzo? I only eat in a car now. It's just,
You're one of those, huh?
I'd be uncomfortable sitting at a table. I wouldn't know how to.
At least you
manage
eat
it.
good in the car. You're not eating junk food in the car.
Oh no. This is. You've ruined me for future meals.
Oh, I'm
tonight.
telling you, that's for sure.
Do you have favorites?
Well, I do love the crab cakes. That's fresh lump crab, and there's red and green pepper in there, some shallots, and it comes with a lemon bleu blanc sauce with a little thyme in it. I do know that, and it comes with a little avocado and arugula salad.
Nice.
Sold.
You'll love it. Once you get to those, you're on your fourth course now. So once you get to it, you'll love it.
I realize I'm on camera and I'm trying to moderate my eating, but I really just want to start.
Slurp it, right?
Well, a lot of people do just drink it. You can drink it. Yeah, absolutely.
This is such a home run with me. This is exactly the kind of thing I want to eat.
That's awesome.
Tell me about, through the years, stuff you've seen. I mean, standing at that bar, the clientele.
Well, we've actually renovated about 9 years ago, the bar. Originally, it was across the street on that corner right there. From 1963 to 1969, it was right on Gale Street. They were the last ones to move across the street when they put up the last leg of the to O'Hare for the expressway. Mm-hmm. And it was just a tavern at the time. George has come in and really made the Gale Street Inn what it is today.
Well, I guess more specifically, tell me what some of the highlights have been for you through your 30 years here.
Highlights? At one time, William Peterson was living in the neighborhood. And he would come in all the time, and people would want to say, "Is that William Peterson?" And I'd say, "No, look how thin he is," because the camera adds 10 pounds, just so people wouldn't annoy him. Mm-hmm. Highlights over the years, well, just the parties. We have a great Mardi Gras party here, which is second to none in the city, I think. Mardi Gras is coming up. It's a week long. We're going to have that in March.
Do you want to see what happens when you throw me some beads?
Right on. Mm-hmm. February 25th is Fat Tuesday, so look for us very soon. With the end, we're open in March for St. Pat. We're normally closed on Tuesday, but we're open on Tuesday, March 17th for St. Patrick's Day.
Sweet. Do you have special menu?
Yeah, we'll have. I'm sure there'll be corned beef, cabbage, and shepherd's pie.
There it is.
Irish coffee.
We always have Irish coffee. We make an authentic Irish coffee, just like the Buena Vista Hotel does in San Francisco.
Well, okay, what makes it authentic?
What makes it authentic is it's in a smaller glass, and there's a couple of cubes of sugar in there. And you pour the coffee in first. Tell them we're doing what you got to use to make it authentic, and you hand whip the cream. You don't put put it out of a spray can.
That's what they do in Ireland.
Yeah, it's the
I've
same
been
way.
amazed traveling through Ireland several times now that their whipped cream is just something.
It's heavy whipping cream and it's hand whipped.
Yeah.
That makes a difference. It's a really nice drink. We have several craft cocktails on the menu, which are all handmade syrups
Ooh.
See?
produced.
Anya's eyes just lit
you
up
gotta
on
come
that.
in.
Yeah.
And you may notice listening to the podcast or watching, Anya has the thickest Chicago accent you will hear on this
It
podcast.
is Polish accent, but
Polish? What? Could have sworn I heard you
Well,
say
isn't
Chicago.
this the second
Chicago.
largest Polish population to Warsaw in the world? Chicago?
it's true.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Total home.
That's
It's
great.
homeland.
It is homeland.
Yeah.
All right, so other than the ribs, other than the tomatillo soup, other than the crab cakes, tell me about chicken.
The chicken,
Roasted chicken.
The roasted chicken is well, they do right now. Our menu changes. We do a deboned chicken breast with as a combo. You can get the roasted chicken by itself as an entree.
Delicious.
Very good. Now the combinations are great. Our crab legs are great too. Our rib and crab leg combination. The crab legs are already cut open for you, so you don't have to fight with them.
And no one wants to work.
Nobody wants to work. You're going out to spend money. Why would you want to work for it?
I'm here to eat and have fun. Don't put me to work. Yeah.
Right.
Crack those things.
Exactly.
All right, so we're going to move on to the crab cakes here. And you're a fan of I Ya Toyah. We walked in. I was saying this earlier.
That's
You
awesome.
were like talking about Puppet and I Ya Toyah's music. You're a
Yeah,
music
it's
head
very
too,
good.
aren't you?
I like I said, I was talking to Anya earlier. I said I'd put her in the same genre as Depeche Mode, right?
I want my heart because I love it.
Radiohead in the same. I would
it.
put it that way. Very, very good.
That's cool. I mean, you're like me. You hear of a new band, you want to know more about it.
Of course,
That's it.
Chicago has so many great artists in it. I mean, we're fortunate in Chicago to have everything from jazz to industry and anything in between.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. We a very diverse scene, very hard to describe scene, very amorphous scene. I totally agree with you.
And you guys have live music.
We have,
right?
yeah. Well, you heard a little bit of the Barrett Ukulele Band every Monday night.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was unexpected. I enjoyed that. Walking in the door.
Really good.
I'm breaking a sweat now, by the way.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
will.
From the spice?
Yeah. It's cumulative.
Got a little bit of
I
heat
like
to it.
Yeah,
I love the heat.
it's just
You
the
know
right
the
amount of heat.
tomatillo that are. One person told me the chef made it too hot today. I said to him, he doesn't grow the tomatillos.
Right.
That's something God does. He doesn't have the control over the heat of the tomatillos. Some of them are a little hotter than others.
It's like with
But-
jalapenos. And
right,
all the
exactly.
chili
Some are a little
peppers.
hotter than others.
See, I love heat in food, but I don't like it when it's done just to make heat.
Right.
I like the flavor. I like the intensity as part of the overall flavor profile, which is what we have here.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh my goodness, my nose is
Amazing
running.
stuff. It's definitely
Uh-huh.
wow.
Thank you.
Award-winning
All right, crab cake time.
cupcake time.
And as
Okay,
we do that, we're going to talk to I Ya Toyah. All right, so we talked about mental health.
Yeah.
I hope we adequately covered that and didn't dismiss that. Did we cover that okay?
We did. I mean, yeah. Basically, I mean, I think so.
All right.
I
Well,
could
let's-
talk about it for hours, so you gotta stop me.
Let's talk a little bit about, you just got off the road, end of the year. You were with Pigface,
Yes.
which if you're an industrial artist, I think that's validation of your craft to be invited to be part of that collective, to be absorbed by the board. Tell me about the Pigface tour. Tell me about Martin Atkins. Tell me about all of it.
Oh wow! I mean, if I was to tell you all about it, we would have to sit here for next 3 days. And yes,
So
I will-
you get the call or you get the message, hey, you want to come on the road with Pigface.
Well, yeah, Martin Atkins was the one that I've been talking to about.
And Martin
that
Atkins,
tour
if
for
you
a
don't
while.
know, looks like a mad scientist, was in Public Image Limited, Killing Joke. He created Pigface, man behind Invisible Records. He's an entrepreneur. He's an endlessly fascinating dude. Former guest
Definitely.
on Kirkland Carney.
Oh
so
wow, really? I
yeah.
have to watch that episode. I have not seen it.
yeah, we went
That's
Southside
awesome.
with him.
That's it. Yeah, the tour was amazing. It was a blast. Each day of the tour, I was getting to be more convinced that that's what I love doing.
Being on the road?
Be on the road, touring, playing shows every night, and yeah, I didn't get to eat all that stuff on the road. I would just grab this.
Okay.
Yeah.
You good? You good just grabbing it?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm fine.
Should get a little sauce on there too.
Steve, I actually want. What is that sauce?
A lemon blue blanc sauce,
Blue Blanc. What
You're
is
right.
Blue Blanc?
butter, lemon butter.
Oh, there's no
with
mayonnaise?
there's a little thyme in the sauce too.
No mayonnaise?
No.
Oh, okay. I will try that. Ta-da.
Oh, stop it.
Oh,
It's
my.
delicate. A lot of flavor in
Hand-formed
there.
patties.
Oh, my goodness.
How am I going to talk about tour life? You know, starving artist life.
Is this the way you eat on the
Eating
road?
this.
Uh-huh.
Not really. But I cannot complain. We've had very nice catering on the road with Pigface Tour.
So how many people were on the road? Because Pigface is,
Humongous.
yeah.
There were two tour buses. I don't really know how many people, to be honest with you, because the, production people, Pigface had the crew with them, which was, I don't even know. I don't want to shoot the bad number,
And were you on stage the entire time? Like, do they rotate people in and out like a volleyball game?
So I was on stage with Pigface a couple times, with actual Pigface as a guest on the song.
Right.
Other than this, I was opener. So I will
Got it. Okay.
open the show, for them, which was amazing.
High honor. Yeah.
Yes, huge honor.
And then Thalia Hall, I'm sure, was great.
Was my favorite. It was amazing. It was packed. It was sold out show, and
To be able to do that in your hometown.
amazing.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm still shaken up by this. Thalia Hall is one of the most beautiful, in my opinion, venues in Chicago, just because of the history.
I love Lorenzo, have you been to Thalia Hall?
I have. I saw Local H there last year.
Amazing.
They are probably the loudest. I was talking to Anya earlier. They're probably the loudest band I've ever heard in my life.
Local H?
Yeah, they're really good though.
They're really good. I just
really
saw them at Liars Club a couple months ago. They were playing through a lot of their new music. It seems mathematically or just improbable that the band keeps getting better, that Scott's
They
songwriting
really do.
keeps improving. It's not supposed to work that way. Like, he never actually had a downslide. He kept climbing up. It's pretty
Right.
impressive.
I agree.
He never had a dark period. You can't look at a Local H album and say, oh, that's where he sold out, or that was his synth phase. Like, he just kind of figured it out, and he keeps improving on himself. So I agree. Not the loudest band. The loudest band I think I've ever seen, actually, it's a tie. Motorhead at House of Blues.
I've seen Motorhead before. Yeah, they're very loud.
That was one of those shows where you feel the bass. The bass actually takes on other sense.
You feel it,
other
right.
Yes, it's an assault. Believe it or not, the Ramones at the Riviera, one of the loudest shows I've ever seen.
Nice.
Just a punk rock show, and it was one of the loudest shows I've ever seen. All right, so Pigface, you did that. Code Blue is the most recent release, but you have another album coming?
Yes, I have a remix album. So it's called Code Blue Reloaded. Code Blue Reloaded, and it's gonna come out March 20th. With the pre-order available starting February 20th. So it's coming very soon.
So is it all the Cold Blue stuff remixed?
Yes. So it's remixed
Will it be
by various...
recognizable, or is it completely blown up?
Oh, you will see. Some of it is completely different.
Which is kind of what you want.
Yeah, definitely. Especially musical part of it, a lot of remixers, artists who participated in this project, they kept my voice somewhat, the way, similar way, more or less, depending on the song. But music-wise, we have some gems in there, and I'm very excited. I can't wait for everyone to hear it. It's mind-blowing how, from one thing, music can become something completely else.
Yeah.
Using the same beginning pack, the same stance. It's awesome.
One thing that I was excited about when I first heard your music is the fact that it was industrial music. And being from Chicago, having gone down Lincoln Avenue and shopped at Wax Tracks, having bought all those records, like, I'm glad to see that torch is still lit in Chicago. And it's funny, I mean, it's not just you. I mean, there are other artists I see kind of emerging, and I feel like if we're not already there, we're at the cusp of an industrial renaissance in this town.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
I think it's very fair to say. I think it's the good time for it too, if you think about, the idea of industrial music and why it came to life in the first place, and look at the times we have right now, the chaos we live in, I think it's perfect.
What's going on?
I mean...
I'm kidding. Something happening?
Nah.
No, I agree. It's times like this that give birth to music like that.
Yeah.
So, all right, the remix album's coming up. There's more new music behind that. You're writing, right? The thing that fascinates about, I didn't know anything about you when we first started talking. all I see from you is that you're working. Like every time I see you on social media, you're either performing, working on a video. Like you seem like you're going nonstop, and this is the life of an independent artist.
It is. It's 24/7, and if I could have 36 hours in a day, I would utilize 36 hours without worrying about having too much time, definitely.
Are you one of those people who just doesn't even sleep, like it just gets in the way?
I mean, it doesn't, because I need sleep to be strong, But it's hard to go to sleep, on particular time. It's very hard because there is so much more to do, so much more to finish up, and I'm getting excited about doing all these things. I genuinely love living this life.
That's absolutely the sense I get just from following you on social media. Like you're all in.
Yeah, I am all in. It's my life. It became my life. It's all in,
Can I ask you, can you see through walls with those goggles?
Nope. That's why I wear them there.
All right. Again, we are at Gale Street Inn on Milwaukee Avenue, just north of Lawrence. You can't go to Gale Street Inn without getting ribs.
4914
How are we
North
going to do
Milwaukee.
this?
4914 North Milwaukee. Here's where we talked about things breaking bad. Here's where things break bad. Hot ribs in the car.
Do you have silverware?
We have those.
Do we have silverware? Maybe. Oh, boy, this is so hot.
Oh, they stay hot.
This will stay hot till next week if I don't.
It'll stay hot till you get it home. That's for sure.
You wanna,
All right, hand me a napkin first. This is a bad. I thought eating soup was a bad idea. Here's where
I
things.
told you, eating soup.
Uh-huh.
I do it all the time in the car.
Okay.
It's not hard.
Not
I've
hard.
never eaten ribs in the car.
Yeah, that would be a hard one.
Okay, sleeves are going up.
I tried to eat taco once.
Eat a
Tried to eat
taco?
what?
Yeah,
Tacos?
taco in the car. Yeah.
In a fit of hunger, I went to Taco Bell and got one of their like $5 box meals. I started to eat it in the car, and the food just crumbled all over me, and I just made a mess. I thought, this is my lesson. I shouldn't eat Taco Bell food. Like this is some divine karmic punishment for eating a $5 box of food. I digress.
You have never returned to Taco Bell?
I'm not saying
right
that.
off the
I know.
bone.
You see?
Oh God, they are falling right off the bone,
shit.
right onto my
Bannock.
legs.
We need Bannock.
Oh my God!
Don't lose the meat.
Hang on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do it. What do you think? Is it awesome?
Oh my God!
Holy shit! Look at that.
Okay.
It's pretty.
What do we know about this sauce? And is this a secret recipe too, right?
Secret
It
recipe,
smells
yes.
amazing. Which one would you like? Maybe take this. Bigger one.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm doing myself a favor here.
Did you get a side dish with those?
Avocado.
Fries.
Fries? Okay.
Rice, of course. And then we have bread.
We're never leaving this parking lot, which is fine.
Which is fine. We'll just keep feeding you.
I'm okay with
We'll
that. All right,
come
let me
out
hold up the ribs
every 6 hours and feed you.
just for the kids at home. And I don't do this to make people jealous. I do this because we're supporting the local food scene. But
Can you see it?
I think so. Let me get some light on that. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Mine is so good, Lorenzo.
And they do.
They
They're
do fall off the
completely,
bone, don't they?
completely
Where's
falling
your
off the
chef?
bone.
We have to kidnap your chef.
I know. He's in the back.
We are doing it.
So do you know like how many ribs do you go through in the course of a week? How many racks?
You know, depending on the business, I don't know the total number, but I know several cases.
No surprise. So are these just
The number
cooking
one
around the
item-
clock?
I'm sorry.
Are these cooking around the clock?
No, just from when we opened. They get here a few hours earlier than we do to open up the chef. The kitchen staff gets here probably 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. We open it before.
These are too easy to eat.
Do you eat them like every day?
I used to, but after 30 years, not so much anymore.
So what do you like? Order Grubhub for lunch?
No, not at all. I
do you
still
eat?
eat there.
In the
I mean, the sandwiches are great there too. We've got a great steak sandwich, a great buttermilk fried chicken sandwich, which is on the menu. Turkey burger.
Do you ever have something like you guys work in the kitchen, together for so long, that the chef wants to make something off the menu just for you guys? Something
Well,
completely different.
once in a while they do. Well, they come up with a specials menu every week. Right now we've got a lemon pepper chicken on there,
Nice.
which is on special right now. Lamb parpadelle is on there for our specials this week. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Long egg noodles with braised lamb,
Yeah.
onion and mushroom,
Oh, that sounds
and the
amazing.
braised lamb sauce.
Nice.
Delicious.
These ribs are stupid.
They're incredible, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to need a napkin.
I think
I'm
there's a
gonna
few
lick
wet
my
wipes in there
fingers.
for you too, aren't there?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
no. We were promised wet wipes.
I don't care about
This podcast was a no-go unless we had wet wipes.
I got them here if you want them.
Soon.
And the fries are hand-cut fries too.
Ooh,
I can't
yeah.
even, I can't.
I want.
I know they're over there.
You have it closer than me.
My hand is covered. I'm sufficiently sauced right now.
So good.
And here's the thing. These fall off the bone so easy. These are so easy to eat. I've almost torn through all my ribs. Like, I can't believe how
Oh.
quickly I've been eating these.
See, because you don't talk.
They melt in your mouth pretty much.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
It's meat candy.
It really is. And you could order them charred if you like them a little tougher.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why you would.
I don't know why, but certain people like charred food.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Depends on your taste buds.
Same people who order a medium well steak,
Or a well-done steak, right?
which is
Yeah.
just not okay.
Why spend the money if you don't want to taste it?
Exactly. Thank you. These are great. I want to thank Gale Street Inn again for
Yes.
being part of the show tonight. It was kind of like a last-minute thing, too, and the hospitality extended by this restaurant, just really nice.
So nice. You guys are so nice.
Mm-hmm.
I walked in.
George Cars is the owner of the restaurant, and he's a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's always putting out a great product, and he's always going the extra mile to make sure it's great.
That's it.
Done. I'm going to quickly eat this rib so that I can advance to the next level of using the wet wipe
Oh yeah.
so I can get the French fries. I've got sauce all over the corners of my
You
mouth.
don't care.
My beard isn't covered in
Hey,
sauce.
look at my hands.
Uh-huh.
It's great. It's wonderful.
Anya was wearing leather gloves when we
Yeah.
started. Those had to come off.
Oh,
Not
they
a
had
chance.
to.
I knew it. The moment James said ribs, I'm like, okay, bye.
Uh-huh. Oh, these are so good. Okay. I finished. What do I win?
Piece of
A wet
avocado.
wipe. Avocado is really good too.
Thank you.
You need me to help you open it?
No, I don't know that you can help anymore.
Not really.
No.
Yeah. We are hopeless.
It is what it is. Okay. Is it wrong? I was saying this earlier to Robin inside the restaurant. I've always liked wet wipes, like the lemony wet wipes, ever since I was a kid. I don't know.
It's probably some sort of a deviation.
The
I don't know.
smell kind of brings me back whenever I have a wet wipe.
Well, I think you associate lemon with cleanliness,
Could be.
I don't know.
like lemon pledge.
No, I think it's just going to barbecue places as a kid and always having those little moist towelettes. Brings me back.
That's it.
Right, get the
I don't
corners of my
know.
mouth.
I've never really used them.
Really?
So,
So you are from Poland.
Mm-hmm.
When did you move to Chicago?
well, 2006, let's say.
And you're not going anywhere, right? You're staying here.
Who knows? You know?
No, really?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I think I'll stay. Uh-huh.
Are there things about Chicago you wish were different just based on your times living in Poland? Like, do you experience things in Chicago where you're like, why is it like this? Or why can't it be more like Warsaw?
No, definitely not. I don't get that sentiment about Poland in this way. If I have any sentiment that, is connected to my country, Poland, it would come from childhood. You know how it is.
Yeah.
So, those are the things that really are no longer valid because I'm a grown-up now. So, yeah.
Are you a grown-up?
Nah. Not really, but yeah.
Why is it, Anya, when I see you on social media, we're going to crack open the fries here, I frequently see a dog. Your dog. Are you trying to make your dog as big a star?
He's my baby. Nah. He's just big part of my life.
What's the dog's name, Benek?
Benek. He tours with me whenever it's possible for him to tour with me. And he's just a huge part of my life. I love him more than life.
I'm suspicious of people who don't like dogs. Lorenzo, do you like dogs?
I love dogs.
Do you have
I'm
one?
about ready. I had a Rottweiler for the longest time. He was the best dog I've ever had in my life.
What color?
He was black. And he had his symmetrics were perfect. If you were to cut him right down the middle, it would be perfect. But you wouldn't want to do that. But he passed away of cancer a few years back, and it's time for me to get another one. I'm either going to get a Rottweiler or a Belgian Malinois.
I don't know what that dog is.
Yeah, me too.
It's like a German Shepherd, but a little smaller military police dog.
Okay.
They climb walls. They jump. They can jump up into trees.
What?
They're amazing.
I'd be afraid to
Belgian
sleep with one of those.
Oh no, they're about 60 pounds, full grown.
Mm-hmm.
But the characteristics of a German Shepherd, well, they're from Germany.
These
They're the
fries are
German
really
Shepherd.
good.
They're great. They're hand cut.
I mean, you guys are
Clearly.
killing me. It's amazing. They are thin too, like French.
Right, they really are
really
thin.
French style.
This place is just so wonderful and so classically Chicago. I love Gale Street Inn.
Me too.
Thank you for coming tonight.
Oh, of course.
You know what else I love? I love this, sign.
The sign is old school.
Very old school and awesome.
I posted a picture of it earlier. It's
Yeah, that's the original sign. It's
Neon
definitely-
sign.
And the napkins we have at the bar now are identical to the sign.
I love it.
And people even mention that when you put the napkin down in front of them, but they say, I love the napkins. It's so old school Chicago.
Yum,
Again,
yum, yum.
talking about childhood and me with wet naps. I mean, people like to feel that sense of comfort and just that touchstone to the stuff they've enjoyed or have felt comforted by as they've grown up. And that's what Gale Street Inn represents to me.
Yeah.
It's comfort. It's familiarity. And to your point, consistency.
And a lot of families come in that have been here for special occasions over the years. Like people come in and say, my grandparents used to take me here
Oh wow.
40 years ago.
So there's like a family history. to
Tradition.
this, yeah.
They come back for special occasions. It's definitely
That's a mighty responsibility for a restaurateur.
to
be able to
do that over the years.
So you can, serve the grandpa and then the grandchild
Right.
and give them the same experience, right?
Exactly.
Wow.
I love it. All right, so Anya, are you doing any shows anytime soon?
I'm actually taking a little break from shows,
So
which, we will see. It's very hard to keep me away from the stage, but I'm forcing myself at this point. So the next show that I have, it's already planned out, is in May. It's going to be Kansas City show. It's going to be amazing. And it will represent female empowerment in the scene.
Love it.
It's going to be a great show. But up till then, I'm really not looking to book any shows because I have the album that is coming out in March, so I have some work to do around it. And I also want to start writing
Yeah, of course.
for a new album. I have a lot of ideas and lyrical material already, so I want to force myself to stay in the studio for given days and start writing, composing, and laying it down to make a record.
Where's your headspace for the lyrics?
Where is my headspace?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
How are you approaching it? Is this like a feel-good kids album? Is this a
Oh,
dark-
no. It's going to be dark album. It's going to be darker than Code Blue.
That's impressive.
It's things that I want to say, and they are dark.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Sorry. Take these out of my hand, please.
These are so good.
Lorenzo hanging out in the back seat. Thank you for hanging out.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for coming to the Gale Street Inn.
Truly our pleasure. Thank you, Gale Street Inn, for your hospitality and your
Yes.
delicious food. We'll be back if you haven't been for a while. 4914?
4914 North Milwaukee.
There it is.
Chicago, across the street from the Jefferson Park terminal.
Oh, yeah, you truly cannot miss it. Anya, I Ya Toyah. We can find you on all the socials.
Yes.
And the remix album comes out in March. More new music behind that.
Yes. A lot more.
And it's just fun watching what you do because, like I said, you're always doing something. You keep so active with music and just entertainment. I love it. Thank you for doing the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
If you're watching or listening, thank you for doing that. I also want to thank C&H Financial Services for sponsoring this episode. Thank you, dear listener. Thank you, dear viewer. I'm going to make this go away now.
Bye.